Hey everyone, we're back. Hold on. Let me get my headphones off. Sorry, I was sitting here listening to music waiting for you guys to come back. Oh, it's on the screen still. Okay. We can't listen to it. I wish we could. I wish we could sit here for like all afternoon and just listen to great music, but YouTube doesn't like us doing that. So we have to talk about true crime instead. That's apparently that's the only thing we're allowed to do on here. Only allowed to talk about true crime. How are you all? It's good to be back. DJ, Melody, Diane also made it. My sweet friend Peekaboo Cockatiel. I've missed you, my friend. I hope you're doing well. Melody again. Hey, Melody. Diane and Moonlight View. Good to have you, my moderator friend. All right. Shall we keep talking about stuff? All right. Hang on. Let me get this off the screen. Let me get to the true crime. Got to get to them true crimes. Let me find it. Let me find it. I've got all these links, bro. Okay, here we go. So I've been reading around before I came back, and from what I understand, we should all expect that this charge of concealment of a body is probably just a holding charge. Like he will eventually be charged with that too. Like he's going to have to face court on concealment of a body. But that is not going to be the final charge. But I think we all sort of know this, but just for the people in the back who don't seem to get it, this is just like a holding charge. It's just something to keep him in jail and away from the public and away from running for now. So they're going to build their case, get more evidence. Now, there's someone going around saying that in their search warrant that they did in the 24 hours, they already have enough evidence. If that was true, If that was true, I don't think he'd be facing court tomorrow on a single charge. I think he'd be facing court tomorrow on all of them. Anything and anything the DA would be willing to prosecute on against real evidence, then they would charge him with it instantly. They're not going to play games. They're not going to sit here and be like, hey, let's mess around the true crime creators and make them wait like 3 more days, or let's make the family wait like another 4 days while we do stuff. No. If they've got it, they're gonna charge him. So I don't know why what they need to do. I don't know if they want to find her first. They might want to do that. But I think we could definitely expect more charges in the future. I think that's probably about right, James. I think they've found something, and I showed you this earlier. Why would they take a giant bit of carpet or a giant rug out of their home? Because it probably has something on it, possibly luminol, that maybe a luminol reaction or it has actual blood on it somewhere that a forensic tech was able to find. And they've either cut it out of the floor or they've literally ripped it up. That's not uncommon. You see that in a lot of crime scenes. Yeah. So they actually know by the amount of blood or whatever, if they find this circumference of human fluid, they know that this person is in grave danger. If they find this much blood, well, this person's either in a hospital or dead. Like they just, they know what they're looking at. If they find like just a few spots, they're like, oh, what's going on here? Maybe she could be alive. But they told a family friend that they are 99% certain that she is deceased. I don't think police would tell a family member or a friend or whatever that information if they weren't like almost sure they know what they're doing. And they wouldn't process a charge of concealment of a body unless they knew more. So they have no obligation to tell us anything, and they probably will not until either it goes to trial or he's fully charged with every crime that he's done. So I wouldn't be expecting a ton more of information unless it leaks out during court tomorrow. Like I don't know, his defense attorney tries to argue against a piece of evidence that's keeping him in jail or something, and then we find out, hey, they found blood on the carpet or whatever. So, hey, how's it going? STL cards. Did you talk about Angel Turner when she was visiting? Bro, we do like 500 cases a month. I do as many people as I can get to. We do people from people of color, people from all over the world. I'm actually one of the people actually gives a crap, and I actually give people smaller cases who don't get any media coverage. I was one of the first people that reported on this particular case because other people were not doing it. So you can come for me all you want, but my track record will show that I cover everyone that I can. If I know about it, I'll do it. I'm not sitting here trying to just avoid people's cases because they're too little. I'll do whatever I can for people. So, um, if we didn't do it, it's probably because for some reason I didn't know about it, or it never got sent to me or whatever. But I've done millions of cases of people that need help or need media attention. Yeah, I mean, I try my best. Like it's a big job. I can't do it all on my own. Like we need other creators to help. So, um, sorry if I sounded offended. I was because I do try to get to as many people as I can, and yeah, it is a little offensive. But no, we can look it up. Do you want me to look it up? We can look it up. We got time. Angel Turner. Yeah, Morgan County. So this is actually I always tell people in my chat, if you want to know about like missing people or stuff like that, or cases that you're not going to hear on all the mainstream like you crime channels or whatever, head to the Aware Foundation. They do so much great work, and I often sit there perusing their Facebook or their Twitter or whatever because they put in so much hard work to get people a poster, help the family, try and coordinate between family and media. I've spoken to people at the Aware Foundation before when I needed more information on a case, and they put me in touch with family members, which was really nice. They're good people who work there. I, so here, Morgan County Sheriff says Angel Turner was located by state police in southern West Virginia in the company of a man who was apprehended and held in custody on criminal charges. The sheriff says no further information will be released at the time, citing ongoing criminal investigation. Thanks for that, Sheriff. They said a 15-year-old girl who was last seen on August the 2nd at her home in Berkeley Springs has been found safe. Well, that's good news, right? It's nice to hear when juveniles are able to make it home. We had one the other day. Um, Avery Baker. Avery Baker went missing out of Texas, ended up in New York. Homeland Security kicked in the dude's door and dragged her butt back to her dad in Texas. So that was another good one we had this week. But no, that's good. She's been located in a safe condition. Well, I always find it interesting when they use that word in this type of situation. She was located in safe condition. Why not just say she was found alive? I don't know if she's in a good condition. Anyone who's been missing with a man for a month, maybe not in okay condition or whatever. Like she may need a lot of therapy and help. They said here that the sheriff said they won't be giving out any further information at this time due to her being a juvenile and impending criminal investigation. But will they tell us who the guy was? How does that work? We already know her name. We already know that they found her in the company of a man. So why won't they tell us who the guy was? Is that a different law in Virginia that I don't know about? Let's have a look. Let's go to Panhandle's news. See if there's anything in here about it. They just they're saying here the 15-year-old girl who was last seen on August 2nd in a home in Berkeley Springs was located. Here's Carrie Michaels. Is that her mum? Yes, it looks like it might be. She says, just a short post for the moment. Angel is found and safe. Yay, that's great news. We ask that you use a little time to take care of things. What? We ask that you a little time. I think she's asking that they want some time to work through the situation, you know, with the family. Like they want her to integrate back into home life. And obviously, it's going to be sort of traumatic. She's been on a weird journey. They said, thank you to everyone who has helped in any way. We are truly grateful for the prayers, well wishes, and the millions of miles on fleet posting flyers, the money, time, and spent on posting and printing flyers and sharing posts and so on. Please be considerate and not continue messaging asking for information. It really is no one's business. I will not allow one more person to re-victimize me. I always have somewhat of an issue with that. It's like you only want the help until it's like afterwards, and I'm always like, I mean, you could just tell us, you know, is the guy being charged with what or whatever. But I mean, that's her choice. It's her daughter. Great. Happy that she was located, but I wish I knew who the guy was. I don't know why they're hiding him unless it's a family member. Even then, they shouldn't. If he's grooming children, he needs to be out in the open and not protected, even though they say he's innocent until proven guilty. Angel Turner. Let me have another look at another source that I have for this. No, I don't. I really don't have a name. I don't have a name. Let me check one other place for you. Yeah, the Aware Foundation posted it August 5th. I can see that on here. Yeah, I don't see anyone being named. That's annoying. I feel like while they don't owe us any information, it could be a public, you know, safety issue with the guy grooming children. Hey, Shasta, how are you? You need sleep. But yeah, I appreciate you mentioning her. You know, um, being in Australia, sometimes not every case picks up on any of my alerts and that because for some reason Google likes to push things that are local to me. Well, I guess that's the way their systems work. But often, sometimes I miss things, and it's because they like to give me Aussie cases, not American. Even though I have it set to like different states in America, and I'm set up. I've signed up to like so many different states. So police departments and sheriffs in America often have a media sign up that you can do, which means you get alerts for different things. So I've got Maryland and I've got California, New York, Florida, Texas, like a whole bunch of different ones, different counties and that. And they send out news releases through their media profile. But I didn't hear anything about this one, unfortunately. So I'm sorry about that. I definitely would have helped if I knew about it. Anything I could have done, I would have done it. We've done quite a number of missing teenager cases, including Avery Baker's one earlier this week. We've done others that haven't resulted in good outcomes. There's been a few where the child has been found either deceased or in a really bad situation, like being groomed for what's the word I could use? SA, stuff like that, which is horrible. So, yeah, so I think maybe people getting their wires crossed. We're not doing Mamtas just because it's in the media. I was doing this case before anyone was even reporting on it. Go back through my videos and have a look. When I first started reporting, there was like one news station had one article on her. That was it. So I'm not just jumping in at the last second to get the media, the likes or whatever. I'm not doing that. Been doing it since sort of went missing, just a little after. It's good that we're getting results, though. All right, enough bitching and moaning. Let's get on to it. Let's get on to it. Yeah, I wish. Wait, what the hell am I doing with these on? Sorry about that. I went outside before. Oh, everything's all white now. All right. How was that case we brought you earlier today? That Maryland one of the grandmother and the granddaughter both being killed by that awful person, Brian Cherry. A grandmother and a granddaughter. How often do you hear that? Not often, I would say. Okay, what else is on my list for today? That is pretty bad. All right, let's go to this one. Let's go to California. It says here a California hospital told a woman's family she had checked out when she was actually deceased. It allegedly took a year to find her body at the medical center. Now they're involved in a lawsuit over it after losing her body and keeping her in cold storage for over a year. Her family has filed a civil lawsuit over it. How awful. Imagine her family, like, thinking that she's run away somewhere or she's out living her best life or something like that, and she just doesn't wanna come home, and they find out that she died from a predisposed condition, which was diabetes, unfortunately. Very, very sad. It's really awful. But now her family are suing that hospital in a hopes to bring change in reporting, change in how they process people when they pass away and who they alert and stuff like that. Um, yeah, really, really horrible. So this is her mom here. This is her mother that you see on the screen. Hold on, guys. This is her mum here, and they're saying here the family searched for her name was Jessie. The family filed a missing person report with the county sheriff department, posted notices around the town, even interviewed local homeless people in a hope that someone had seen her. The family searched and searched for Jessie. It was not until April 12th, 2024, that the Sacramento County Sheriff's Office notified Jessie's family that she was found deceased at the Mercy San Juan Hospital, according to a lawsuit filed by the plaintiff's attorney this week. Uh, at this point, Jesse's body was so decomposed that an open casket funeral was not feasible, and Jesse's fingerprints were not even obtainable for any keepsake. The decomposition made it impossible for an autopsy to determine whether medical malpractice played any role in her death, according to the lawsuit. That is, talk about negligent. Talk about negligent by Mercy San Juan Hospital. Here it says the hospital stored her in an off-site warehouse, and she was left to decompose for nearly a year. So that means she wasn't put into cold, deep storage. Even so, the fact that her family was not notified that she had passed away as a next of kin is, I'd consider it malpractice. It's disgusting. Imagine making that family search for her for a year, thinking that she'd run away after being in hospital. I mean, her family must be beside themselves, like, literally. They must be so mad. Imagine that, it's like delayed grief, or, like, it's like being it's like being traumatized by one thing, her running away, and then finding out that she actually died a year before. So now you're going through a completely different grief process. You're not going through a runaway. You're going through she's actually not here anymore and she died ages ago. I mean, I don't blame her mum for suing, right? Do you? I don't. I think it's crazy. I They stored her in an off-site warehouse with obviously sounds like it wasn't refrigerated or something. Hold on. Was this warehouse refrigerated? No, she was kept in a cold storage unit, but it must not have been cold enough to stop decomp. She was kept on shelf number Red 22A in an off-site cold storage unit, according to hospital records obtained by the family. The family is suing for $25 million. The corporate umbrella for the hospital could not be immediately reached for comment on Thursday. The hospital advises that at our care facilities, we take pride in treating all people with dignity and respect. In this particular case, there was no dignity and no respect. Then get your checkbook out, don't fight it, come to the family, hand them the 25 million, and then hand them a document that says, this is the stuff we're going to do better so that there is never another case like your daughter's and that we are deeply ashamed of our actions. But here's what we're going to do to fix it. Do that, and you might get 1% of the family's, you know, thank yous or whatever. That's all that needs to happen. Don't bother going through the court process or the lawsuit. Don't try and fight it. Just admit what you did, hand them the check, hand them a thing saying what you're gonna fix and do it. Do the changes so this never happens again. Because it's hard enough losing a child, right? Hard enough to lose a child when you're a mum at that age or any age. But then to find out how they desecrated your daughter and her body while you thought she ran away, that's a I don't even know how you survive that. I don't even know how the mom wakes up in the morning. She must be absolutely devastated. They're well within their rights to there's a photo of Jessie, by the way. Her name was Jessie Marie Peterson, and that's from the Sacramento County Sheriff's Office. Lovely girl, lovely girl. That's yeah. I hope we never see another case like that. That is awful. I bet you it's got something to do with COVID. I bet you they had a different offsite cold location for COVID because they were worried about the buildup of people who died. And they've probably been using a secondary location, even a third location to store human remains. But somewhere along the line, someone messed up by not reaching out to her mum and saying, "Hey, your daughter died. We're very sorry. We tried everything we could. And if you want, we can transfer her to a funeral home of your choice. And, we're very sorry for your loss." That's what should have happened, not this. Not the fact that she was so decomposed that they couldn't even have a open casket burial. They couldn't even do an autopsy or get her fingerprints because she was so badly uh, destroyed. Awful. Yeah, I reckon it must have been Kiki. I reckon it must have been like a offsite thing that they already had due to COVID. Yeah. I wish her mum all the best. I hope you succeed in the lawsuit, and I hope real changes are enacted because of what happened to your daughter. And I hope you keep, um, bringing her memory forward so she's not forgotten. Really, really horrible. What is this? Mr. DJ, what did you send me? Huh? Did someone just say there's a police chase? All right. The family of Clifton Johnson, the man killed wants justice. Kerry Cunningham is sitting in jail. Hold on, let me look up what this is. I don't even know what we're talking about. I appreciate you sending it to me. That's so weird. That came up with a thing for Audrey Cunningham. Harris County investigators say a woman moved to get away. Stop. Moved to get away from her estranged husband, but that same man is accused of shooting and killing her friend. Yeah, I'll show it to you. It's a murder ABC 13 first told you in late July out of Cypress Plaza Parkway. Now the family of Clifton Johnson, the man killed, wants justice. Of course they do. Johnson's accused killer, Kerry Cunningham, is sitting in jail on a $200,000 bond for capital murder. The family is devastated, and we continue to be devastated. Johnson is remembered by Holly as a man with an infectious smile and an optimistic heart, always helping others. He was a light, and even though he's gone, he is still here in my heart and his daughters. The father's life was cut short at the hands of a man who investigators say was the estranged husband of a female friend who he was visiting from Florida. This sounds so familiar. He never mentioned any possibility of an estranged husband. Oh, I know what this is. Is that that one we did the other night, DJ, where the guy came and made his wife shoot the lover? Is that the one? Is this the same guy? No, it's late July though. That was a while ago. Okay, maybe it's a different one. A different one with the same thing. There was one the other week where a woman was seeing a new guy. She'd separated from her partner or husband, and then the husband had been stalking her. And eventually, he broke into their home in the middle of the night with a shotgun, pointed the shotgun at her, woke her up, and then killed the lover, her new boyfriend, and then forced her to shoot him too after he was dead, I think. And then forced her to help him move the body and then dump the body in another town. But I thought this was the same one, but I don't think it is. They're saying Harris County deputies say Cunningham was attempting to administer aid when they got to the scene, but they say it all started when Cunningham kicked in the door of his estranged wife's apartment. Finding Johnson, they reportedly started fighting, and ultimately Cunningham allegedly shot him in the face. Great work. They said, "You took a great person, and even though you may have decided to make a permanent solution to a temporary problem, we will seek justice and you will pay for your crime." As the family seeks justice, they also want answers as to why this happened to begin with. Cunningham is due back in court in October. So there we go. I'll play the little video for you so you can see photos of people.
And we continue to be devastated. Clifton Johnson is remembered by his sister Sheila Hawley as a man with an infectious smile, optimistic heart, and always helping others. He was a light. And even though he's gone, he's still here in my heart and in the hearts of even his daughter. A father whose life was cut short at the hands of a man investigators say was the estranged husband of his female friend who he was visiting from Florida. He never mentioned any possibility of an estranged husband or even leading to this type of violent event. In late July, investigators were called to Alley's Crossings apartment off of Cypress Plaza Parkway after Johnson was shot by suspected killer Kerry Cunningham. Harris deputies say Cunningham was attempting to administer aid when they got to the scene, but they say it all started when he kicked in the door of his estranged wife's apartment, finding Johnson reportedly fighting and ultimately accused of shooting him in the face. You took a great person, and even though you may have decided to make a permanent solution to a temporary problem, we will seek justice and you will pay for your crime. As the family seeks justice, they also want answers as to why this happened to begin with. Cunningham is back in court in October. Daniela Hurtado, ABC 13.
All right, so people are asking about the one from the other day. I was able to find an update. This guy's name was Michael Maurice Mack. You remember that? Michael Maurice Mack. and he's also from Harris County. Bloody Harris County. If you offered for me to live there, I don't think I'd live there. Every 2 days, I'm reading a story about someone being killed in Harris County. I'm not kidding. Every 2 days, I read some story of someone being brutally killed or something like that in that area. Okay, let me show you. Apparently, he turned himself in on Tuesday, accused of killing his estranged wife's new boyfriend near Wells Station Court in the Katy area last week.
His estranged wife's boyfriend while both were in bed is behind bars tonight.
Yes, Michael Mack turned himself in this morning. His lawyer saying they tried to make arrangements as soon as they saw on TV that there was a warrant out for his arrest.
ABC 13's Maya Shea spoke to both the defense as well as prosecutors, and she's live on the West Side with the latest. Maya?
Yeah, attorneys tell us the couple had already been separated for over a year. And in fact, Michael Mack was already charged in a misdemeanor charge of allegedly harassing his estranged wife. When the wife called authorities here, Precinct 5, last week, in that call, she said she needed help, that her boyfriend had allegedly been shot and killed. And today, Mack turned himself in court. Dressed in a green hoodie and accompanied by his lawyer, Michael Mack walked into court around 10 this morning, surrendering himself to charges of capital murder first filed last week.
We learned about these charges 2 days ago. And once we learned about those charges, we said that the right thing to do is to turn ourselves in because we saw in the news that they said it was a manhunt.
An hour later, now in handcuffs, Mack's bond was set at $1 million. Well, prosecutors had requested. They alleged that last week, Mack broke into his estranged wife's home, woke her up and her boyfriend, Kevin Hinton, and then shot Hinton. But it didn't end there.
He then removed the body from the home, took it back to his apartment, made her bathe, put bleach on herself. Then they went to Vidor, Texas, where he then burned the body.
Court records show the wife managed to escape and called authorities. Those authorities were able to find Hinton's burned body and apparently has video surveillance of Mack stopping at a nearby gas station. Prosecutors believing they have what it takes to convict.
It's not about feelings or what we want. It's what the evidence shows. And the evidence shows that Mr. Mack is responsible for this capital murder. And that's what we base our decisions on. And that's what we'll continue to prosecute this case.
So you hear her speaking here, right? And I think you can apply this to the Mamta case. Listen to what she's saying. She's saying, we go where the evidence takes us and we prosecute based on what the evidence says. That'll be like any DA or detective in any county. If they have the evidence and the evidence is taking them somewhere, they will prosecute on it. And that's what I think we're seeing in Mamta's case right now. They don't have quite enough to get the extra charges right now. But even in their statement that they put up here, they say, it says in here somewhere, yeah, there are additional investigative leads being actively pursued and may result in additional charges being brought. There's your hint. They are working on it, just not quite there yet, but they will. They got him on something they could hold him on, something where they could get him into a jail where he's not going to be a flight risk. So they've got him for now. And a judge ain't going to let him out. So even if they do get a bond, it's going to be excessively big where he won't be able to cover it. And yeah, he'll just be in jail until they charge him with the upgraded charges. But this one is extremely sad. Imagine being that wife. You divorce your husband or separate from your husband. You go through all that healing of trying to, okay, my marriage is over or my relationship is done. I need to move on now and find maybe a different person if that's what you want. Some ladies don't want that. They go on the cat route and they get like 500 cats. That's a personal choice. But some of them go, I would like a man, and they do that too. Some of them say, I want a woman. Some of them do that. But she went through all that process, found a new dude she liked, and then in the middle of the night, her ex-partner or ex-husband Michael Maurice Mack, breaks into their home at 3:30 in the morning, wearing tactical gear and having 4 firearms, wakes her up, stands over her with a rifle, and then shoots her lover, and then forces her to shoot him too, and then makes her dispose of his remains in a town 100 miles away. I mean, that is like a nightmare out of a movie. It's stuff you see out of Hollywood. That guy just never needs to see the light of day ever again. It says here, charging documents for Mack says he forced her to shoot Hinton's body. I think he was already dead. Allegedly threatening to kill her if she didn't help him dispose of the body. He's accused of wrapping the body in bed sheets and loading it into the trunk of the woman's car. From there, deputies say they drove to Vidor in Texas near Beaumont, where Mack allegedly dumped Hinton's body and set it alight. Eventually, the wife got away from Mack and called the police. Apparently, according to the documents, Mack and the woman were married in 2019 before separating for more than a year. So apparently, according to his representation, his legal help, I've had a conversation with my client, so we know what transpired on the night in question. Law enforcement has only had a conversation with one of the parties, and that particular party gave information that is not absolutely true. So are you saying that this woman woke herself up, got a weapon that wasn't in her home beforehand, and then shot her new boyfriend? No. It's cool, man. You don't have to be you don't have to simp for your client so hard. It's okay. You can say he's guilty. It's okay. we think the truth has not been told. What happened? Did he teleport in there and he's like, "Whoa, I'm so sorry. Oh, this is not my bedroom." What was he doing there? Explain that before you try and tell us he is innocent. Tell us how he got to her bedroom at 3:30 in the morning while another man is sleeping in her bed. Tell us how that happened first. They're saying Mack, who is in custody, appeared before a judge and had his bond set at $1 million. And yeah, he'll be staying in jail because I don't think he has $1 million. Hey, Shad, good to see you, buddy. Yeah, they might be trying to avoid the escalator in Texas for like an aggravated DP charge or like aggravated capital murder. But a very sad case. Imagine that poor woman. So she witnessed her ex-husband shoot her new boyfriend, and then she was forced to shoot him too. I don't even know what that would be like. Poor woman. What an awful day. You know, WUSA 9 posted a fuller interview with Mamta's husband. I don't know if I've watched all of this. Have you guys? Let's have a look. Have you guys seen this one and watched all of it? I don't think I've seen clips of it, like small segments of it, but I don't know if I'll watch the entire thing. Let's watch it. It's only 3 minutes. This is courtesy of WUSA 9, who have been covering the case pretty extensively. Their reporters are doing a really good job. So head to WUSA 9, WUSA9.com.
Sharing with us just some words about helping you out to find her, share flyers, anything like that?
What do you mean?
Just like obviously your wife is missing, and I'm sure you're worried about it, and you to kind of get the community to, if they see her, to give a call, anything like that. Would you be ready to share some words with that?
Yeah, either call to the police or any of our family or friends.
Yeah.
Anybody.
Could you tell me that maybe just on the mic, just to say reach out, please help us out. I'm sure you're probably really concerned after all these days. It's been 13 days, and I know you have a little baby baby daughter.
Yeah. So should I like I don't know like should I authorize to come on the media or not? Like I need to ask something and then I can come back on the media.
Oh, so you don't want to do it now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I did not ask them.
Oh,
So
you
I need to
okay?
ask them. So I'm not authorized or I'm authorized.
I mean, I think it's up to you whether you want to get the word out.
I'm gonna ask.
You want to ask police?
Yes.
Okay.
Because like I'm not on the social media a lot of stuff coming up. So this and that, this and that. So like I don't want to say anything like until concerning either a police or some.
Well, we're only using what police has put out. That she hasn't been seen
Right now,
since.
so I don't want to disclose everything because the investigation is going on. So
Okay. Okay. Could you?
Bro, they didn't ask you to disclose everything. All they asked was for you to appeal to the public to look for your wife. You, his constant talking in circles and bringing in things that don't matter and, oh, I need to be authorized to speak to the media. No, you don't. You're a grown man. You talk to whoever you want to talk to. Ain't going to be no one stopping you. You can talk to whoever you want. You're a free person. Do whatever you want. First Amendment rights in America, right? So I don't understand. Then he's like, oh, there's all this stuff coming up on social media because of you, because of what you're saying or not saying. Ain't no one doing that but you. It's all because of you, mate. Ain't no one else. He drives me nuts. I can't stand it. He drives me really bonkers, this guy. He just makes up the most worst excuses and just trying to get away constantly. Oh, I need to be authorized. Authorized? Do you need to be authorized to look for your wife too? Is that something you need to be authorized for? Do you need to be authorized to report her missing? Is that how your life works? Do you need to be authorized to do everything, like go to the bathroom, make a meal, go to work? Better ask the police if you're authorized. Let's watch the rest of it.
I mean, one word. I mean, did you? Why did it take so long for them to put something out?
I don't want to say. Like you can ask them. So I don't know.
Okay.
So I don't want to go that. Yeah.
Okay.
Because, I'm not, like I'm suffering from a lot. So,
I know. Yeah, and we're obviously trying to do our part because it's been so long, and we want them to help find her. I know you have a 10-month-old. There's a lot on your plate right now, but just anyone's message to help her bring her home if they see her.
That's the message.
That's the message.
Yes.
Okay, to help her bring her home. So you wouldn't want to just say if you see her.
That's the message. So, like I don't want to do something wrong, so that somebody say hey, why you? No, I don't want to talk to the media. I don't want to be the bad person. Hey, why you talk to the media?
I don't think it would be bad just to say.
You don't think, but you don't know.
But the message is you want them that if you see her, if you see.
Them either,
okay, it's up to you.
No, I'm not okay right now. So, I need to know everything first.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
No. I mean, I'm not getting into anything that was on social media. Yeah. I wanted, obviously, just as a husband, you wanted to be like, hey, I'm concerned about my wife.
Did I get to
yes. That's my number.
Do you see how he gave him a card at the end? Let's play a game. Let's play a game. It's Thursday, late night Thursday. This is a late show. We don't really follow a script on this show like the original show. The original show at 9 p.m. we follow quite a tight script of the different stories. The late show we kind of just do whatever, hang out and talk about stuff. Let's play a game. If you're watching right now, even if you don't normally talk in the chat, help me out here. Come and talk in the chat just for one moment. Put your hand up. Type 1 if you think he called that number on that card. Type 2 if you believe he never called that number ever. And let me know. I want to see what you guys have to think. Because I know what I think. Because it's just ridiculous. Everyone's like, two. Yeah, it's starting to be pretty unanimous that everyone's like, too, look, Angela, Marilyn, Kiki, retired Iran, Diane, Four Sons' mom, Nana Lana, I hate morning. Shad did twice. He's very adamant. Very adamant. He did it twice. 2. She's so sweet. She's been trying to do so much. I've seen so many different things from her. She's a great person. I wish she'd come and talk to me. I wish she'd come here and come speak to me, but I doubt she wants to. Yeah, 3, he's not authorized by the police to speak. It's not funny. It's such a serious issue. If this wasn't so comical, like, if this wasn't such a serious thing, right? Like, his wife is missing, and he's making it like, oh no, I don't want to be the bad guy. You are the bad guy, whether you want to like it or not. The stuff that you've done already has painted you as the bad guy. It doesn't matter what the police or the media or what you say. It's your actions, man. It's your actions leading up to like now. That's what paints you as the bad guy. And he's like, "Oh, I'm so busy." Doing what? Everyone else has been searching for your wife. Ain't you doing nothing? Everyone else has been out there. All her friends and all this, and you've been at home doing nothing. No one's seen you. No one's seen you do anything ever. Like, no one saw you go and search for her, and apparently no one has ever seen you go to any of the search parties. You wouldn't be able to stop me. I would be the one. I'd be out there every day and night. If the cops told me your wife might be in this park, I would never leave. I would never leave. I'd be there every day until they'd have to drag me out. I would never leave on the tiny percent of hope I could find her, that I could bring her home. I would do anything, anything. I would never leave. And the fact that he never went says everything. Hey, Fosson's mom, is she here? Did I see her somewhere? Where is she? Am I going crazy? I might be. Did she post? Did she delete it maybe because it's gone? Oh no, here she is. Fosson's mom, I hope you're feeling a lot better. Please tell us you're feeling better. We were all very worried about you last week. I really hope you're doing okay. Well, it's like the 28th of July. Hey, Snapcrackle, how are you? Angela says, why the hell would he look for someone when he already knows where she is? Exactly. I know. But hey, we have seen husbands who have allegedly done something to their wives. We have seen them turn up to search parties before. We have seen that. They try to paint over a, concerned husband sort of thing. But I don't know, his actions. Someone tried to write to me and tell me that this is just how people from Nepal are. And I was like, sure, I know they have different customs and a way of life and things like that. I think love and relationships are universal. I know they change a little bit with the way they work, like, sort of, but it's universal the way we feel for each other when we have a partner. And that doesn't change from country to country. It's the same worldwide. So I don't believe for a second his actions are because he's from Nepal. Not a chance. I don't believe that they're not loving people. I'm sure they're very loving and they love their partners and stuff like that. Right. I would just never leave. The cops would literally have to tranquilize me and then drag me to a car and take me away. I would just never leave. I'd be there for every day. Angela says, no, it's not. I've lived beside them, mingling with them for years. Yeah, I can't imagine that that's got anything to do with it. I don't believe so. I believe they're lovely people. All right. Let's see if we have any other updates coming through. That vigil was lovely, by the way, about 3 hours ago, 4 hours ago. They did a lovely vigil outside of her home with a bunch of community members. It was really nice. Let me just check a different source. There's been 2 news agencies covering it, WUSA 9 and an ABC channel. Where's the other one? It's called like WJL something. Let me see if I can find it. WJLA. This one. Let's see if they've done anything tonight. Looks like they just did this. This is all they've posted in about 4 hours, unfortunately.
Of Mamta Bhatt is now charged with hiding her body. The charges come more than 3 weeks after she disappeared. Good evening to 7 News, Rebecca.
You just arrested him for disposal of a body. That's literally just after they took him away in handcuffs after charging him. And she's like, we don't know. What do you mean we don't know? You just charged him with hiding a body. Do killers usually bury their victims close to home? Not necessarily. I think it's more about areas they're comfortable with, areas they've been before, somewhere where they feel like they won't get caught. That could be far away, that could be close. It depends. It depends what areas they find safe. So you see like the Long Island serial killer, he did his along the Parkway and then Manor, the other side. That's where he felt most comfortable, and he felt like he could get away with it, which he did for a period of time. I mean, we had like 11 dead people, so he got away with it for 30 years. I would think it would be somewhere that he has been before, because you're not going to take a body to somewhere where you've never been before, because you don't know what obstacles or challenges you might run into. You want to go somewhere where you know you're not going to run into like a guard station or a random police patrol or something like that. So I would think it would be somewhere that he's been in the past. It could be a national park, could be a park around the corner, could be, somewhere they've been on a date together, somewhere he's taken the child. And being that they've not been there that long, that series of areas is probably not that big compared to someone who's lived in the area since they were a kid or something like that. A garden? Like their garden? I think they would have already checked. I think they would have checked the home, if that's what you mean. All right, let's play the rest of the video. See them search the outside. Like, if we go back here, down the bottom here, there's like a shed or a storage area, but I don't remember seeing the cops ever go down here. They mostly search like up here, unless there's another way to get in there, and they did search in there, just not to the public. Like maybe there's a way to access it through a basement or something like that. Because I don't remember seeing them ever leave that. They were under here for a period of time, under this gazebo type thing. They were in here for a while. I saw them on the live stream. There was a cop in here taking photos of something. I don't know what it was, but there was a cop in here for ages. Like, I don't know, like at least an hour, maybe a bit more. But I never saw them go down the back here, down these stairs or onto the lawn or, into this storage area underneath the home, unless there's another way to get to it. That's all. Like, I don't know. But there's the home over in the corner here. Mostly the cops were inside the home testing different things. So I don't know how the house layout is, but during the night, I didn't see them bring in any lights. Like, when they do searching at night, they bring in those giant fluorescent things on a stand. They bring those big, like, portable light things in, and I didn't see any get delivered. And I didn't see any in the morning, unless they somehow got them in and got them out before the media turned. That's a point. Did the police ask the media to go away? Because the media only came back in the morning at like 9 a.m. And it's really odd that after the press conference last night, they just stopped streaming the property. And I wonder, did the cops say like, "Hey, psst, oi, go away"? Like, it's odd. They're just like, "Hey, we'll just come back in the morning." Bit strange. Bit strange. Hey, Rachel. Rachel says, "I was just thinking about that." Yeah, me too. Odd that maybe they did, unless they did it during the night and we just missed it all, but possibly. But yeah. The only other thing I can think of is they know more than they're letting on. Like, they sort of know what happened that day on the 28th or the 29th, and they just know a bit more about sort of how it went down. Yeah. Because you can see they were just standing here. They never went down the back that I noticed, and they were very concentrated under this gazebo for a while. And then they kept coming in and out this back door for a while. The guy would come out and they would go in and they would come out. And then in the morning, all of a sudden, at just a certain point, the chief of police showed up, the DA showed up, CPS showed up, just everyone showed up. All these important people, lawyers and CPS people and people from the mayor's office, they all just rocked up at a predetermined time. And then they finished everything off and left. They arrested him, took the child out, shut down everything, took all the tape off, and then just hightailed it out of there. Yeah, it's possible. It is possible that they know more, or they know that she's not there. Like, they know maybe they know that she was killed in the home, but they know that she was taken away from the home. They just don't know the area right now. And there could be searches going on right now for her, and we just don't know. They might have a place they're looking at, and they're trying to keep it quiet. Maybe they're trying to locate her before they say anything. That's happened before too.
In the meantime,
and did husband said nurse.
7 News.
Remember this?
I do. All from 5 minutes ago.
where did Uncle Lennis get this? Like, that's me.
That's the surprise for the intro.
You said bring it out front.
It's for the intro.
Yeah, put it out.
The surprise was spoiled. It doesn't matter. Some of you might remember my social media team counterpart from NCIX, but you might not realize that she's actually my sister-in-law. Anyway, she called me up on the weekend for help adjusting her desktop resolution. Typical family, right? It didn't take long for me to realize that this thing needs a lot more help than that. What is going on with this power button? This was once white. These thumb screws don't even match. And you're missing one here. In your defense, though, the reason you needed help adjusting your resolution was that your GPU died. So over the phone, I walked her through enabling her onboard graphics and disabling the GPU.
It was successful, and I thought that was going to be all that there was to it. And then we looked inside.
We're going to show you that later. After seeing it, I immediately dialed up my friends at ASUS to sponsor this video, because even ignoring the dead...
Yeah, we might get in trouble for that. Oh, we might get in trouble for that. Stupid autoplay. Sorry, guys. I had someone knock on my door and I had to go really quickly. So you guys were watching Linus for like a minute? Okay, great. Oh, no. I'm going to have to trim that out before we get copyright struck by Linus Tech Tips. Sorry, Linus. I didn't mean it. I just watched too much of your channel. Yeah, sorry about that. I had a knock on my door and I had to bolt. and I thought I'd make it back before the video ended. Yeah. Sorry about that. I am sorry. I'm going to have to trim that out. Otherwise, we're going to get copyright struck for using Linus Tech Tips videos. I don't know how litigious he is, but he might be very protective of his videos. Okay. Hey, buddy. Hey, Marv. Muffin's here. Hey, Marv. What's up, Bubba? What you up to? Oh, you just wanted a pat? Okay, bye. You just wanted a pat, and then he took off. All right, let's see what else we have here on my list of things. By the way, I have some breaking news. Breaking news out of the USA. I'm going to show you something. It is really pertinent information. If it'll load. This is your average sex life score throughout the United States, in every state in the US. I found this on Reddit. So there you go. You can see how you measure up against different states, apparently. So I don't know. So apparently the average sex life score is somewhere here. So there you go. You guys can take a look at that while I go find the other. I don't know why someone made this. I don't know. I just came across it and I was like, what the hell? Why would someone put this into a map? But apparently that's it. I don't know what the scores mean either. But there you go. Hey, stop that. All right. Okay, I was looking for some information. Hold on. Okay. Hold on. What's this? Yeah, I was just sorry. I'm just trying to see if there's new information here. There's a guy here that says Naresh was in the same law enforcement academy class as me. Dude was weird as hell, and everyone was glad when he failed out. Not surprised to see this news at all from what I knew about him. So apparently, the guy provided a photo from their sort of like class, and here apparently is Naresh, and I'll show it to you, from the police academy. He was able to pull it from the video of his class that he was involved in. Here, where is it? This is the police academy class that he failed and ended up being asked to leave because he wasn't fit for purpose, apparently. There you go. That is apparently him. What else does it say? The guy says he was very socially awkward, would say inappropriate things at inappropriate times. Like, dude had zero social awareness, and he was kind of creepy, to be honest. How did he fail out? Someone asked. And they said, well, for FCPD in particular, we have a training program that incorporates a lot of practicals as a way of simulating common real life situations that FCPD officers are sent to frequently. We had a maximum of 3 tries to finish each of the practicals without missing any important information and to gather necessary information for these calls. And if you missed any steps during any of these practicals more than 3 times, then you'd be automatically dismissed from the session and essentially let go. Some people came back for the next session depending on what it was that got them dismissed. However, if you made a serious mistake, then you'd be pretty much gone permanently. If I remember correctly, the practicals that we had in the beginning of the session were significantly easier, less volume of information, crucial steps to remember. But Bhatt ended up failing on these practicals and made a serious mistake involving firearm safety and almost got another recruit injured. They say he put a live round in our practice ammunition, but one of the instructors thankfully saw it before it hurt anyone. Obviously, he ended up getting dismissed permanently. So apparently he put a live bit of ammunition in a firearm. All right. And that is a big no-no, apparently. Oh, that's not what I want to do. Hold on, guys. I'm just logging into something. Ah, God, you're annoying, LinkedIn. Fuck off, LinkedIn. By the way, we do have a new swear button. I have to program it. I'm in the process of doing it, but we do have one. So when I say stuff like I just did, it'll be fixed. Ha! So I'm on Naresh's profile here. It says he used Splunk. Yeah, we did Splunk at school. Splunk's really easy. So what Splunk is, it's a management program for networking and computer systems. It basically shows you like different risks and stuff like that so you can take care of it. Alerts. It's like an alert system. So we did Splunk. What does he say he is? A system technician level 3 at GDIT, service desk analyst, IT specialist, DoD, Department of Defense, NMCI, CompTIA, Sec Plus. He's a US Army vet. So his skills are very basic. This is like I would consider this like the lowest level of this type of IT. This is not high level IT. I mean, it's good, but not. I've seen people with way higher certificates than this. So he's in networking. That's my specialty. That's what I did. I worked for Cisco for a long time, and that's what I did. So we did Cisco management training. Cisco, they have their own like school within Cisco that you do, and we did freaking heaps of them. What does it say? System 3 Tech, GDIT Service Desk Analyst. Service Desk Analyst is not a high ranking. It's pretty low. It's just, do you know what a Service Desk Analyst is? It's help desk. That's what it means. It's just help desk. So he says here he's an IT specialist. CompSec Plus, that's base level, right? Yeah, it's core skills. So it's not even the there's more advanced ones that go into like more specialities within certain security environments. Security Plus is sort of like the not base level, but the core things you need to know, just the very first things. So it looks like he hasn't done a ton. It looks like he's probably just done whatever work told him he had to do. Because I don't see any like extra training or anything here that you would normally have. What does it say? Information Technology Service Desk, his help desk at General Dynamics Information Technology. So he is not a penetration tester. No, he's not a pen tester. He's not a cybersecurity analyst. He's a help desk guy. That's it. So we were wrong earlier. We were wrong. He is not a cybersecurity analyst. So he did analyst of a cyber incident. That's like risk management. And he did critical infrastructure protection. That's also part of cybersecurity. He has 13 licenses. Let's have a look. They're mostly from what's his company? He did it through America's Cyber Defense Agency. CSDI or whatever this is called. And he participated in the Cyber Awareness Challenge. Interesting. He did Certified Ethical Hacking, EC Council. It's a very easy course. I don't know. It's nothing I'm impressed with. And I've been doing networking for over a decade. A huge meteor. Really? I want to see a meteor. Can you see? Is there a photo of it somewhere? I want to see it. Ben Popcorn says the tech industry is losing jobs pretty bad right now in the US. I liked what I did in tech, and I'm very good at it. But at the same time, it's the monotony of it. It's the same things over and over and over. And with my ADHD, I can't do it. I mean, I can do it, but it sort of doesn't fulfill me with that sort of creative stuff, and it's very, very regimented, especially with IT and especially in the networking slash security part of it. There's like things you have to do, and they're by the book. Like it's not, there is no like freelancing or you could sort of do this or that. There's certain protocols and ways to do things that you must be like X, Y, and Z. You can't go off script or anything. So, I mean, I like it, but and I'm qualified in a lot of things, but I prefer doing this. I prefer hanging out with you guys and talking about true crime. So it looks like most of his stuff came from the Cybersecurity Infrastructure Security Agency. I don't know who that is. Is that a federal thing? Because I don't know that one, but probably because I'm not American. Show credential. Okay, show me your credential. Refused. It wouldn't show it to me. I don't know why, but it would not. All right, let me see if I can get back to that page for him. It kicked me out. Look, it looks like most of his stuff came from work. Like work wanted him to do it, or one of his works wanted him to do it. He's always been a help desk analyst. So he used to work at Lintech Global, a DCIS company, and he was a help desk analyst. Then it says he was in the US Army from June 2017 to January 2024 for 6 years and 8 months. And while in the Army, he worked at Lintech Global, he worked at Leidos, and he worked at General Dynamics. But again, he was a help desk analyst. He was not a cybersecurity analyst. It says here, dedicated to doing whatever it takes to get the job done properly, able to communicate with others in a calm and composed manner. We're going to play a game again. Put your hand up in chat. Do you think, after watching the videos of this guy, that he is able to communicate with others in a calm and composed manner? Ping says no. Ping is able to talk to you in a calm and composed manner. This guy just tells you about how he went up and down the stairs 20 times and how it was nighttime, then daytime, and then it was up and down. That looks like him. That looks like his army profile. Sean, that looks like his, maybe when he was in the military, maybe he made two profiles. One was a military profile, one was a civilian profile when he was out of the army. Naresh Bhatt, logistics at the U.S. Army, Fairfax County. Well, he is from Fairfax County. That's it. It doesn't say anything else on there. There is a photo. Let me see if I can grab it for you. Here. Here's his army photo from his profile. There you go. He looks different in that photo, right? He doesn't like in the photos recently, he looks almost ill, right? He looks like he's suffering from some sort of medical condition. This one he looks much more fuller in the face and just more healthy. As we're in the videos and stuff we've had recently, he looks quite sick. Rachel says, "Well, we are glad you decided to move on." I enjoyed my work, but at the same time, it's not very fulfilling. Heavier in the pic. Yeah, definitely a little more weighty. I actually think he looks better like this than how he looks now. Stress. Yeah, it could be. I often stress when I kill my wife, yeah. Another with the church. US Army reservist with active secret clearance, clinical data management. This guy's weird. He has like all these different profiles. Here's him looking like he works for the Secret Service. Hold on, I'll show you a different photo. There's a different photo of him. What a weirdo. Sean's like, he's got a million profiles. Yeah, why does he have Arlington? Was he ever in Texas? No, Arlington's Virginia. Ping, shut up. Why did I think that was Texas for some reason? No, it's Virginia. Was he ever in Arlington, though? Arlington's like, I guess that's where all the military is, right? Like the Pentagon and the CIA and stuff like that. It's like where all the big military and three-letter agencies all hang out. It's right near the White House. It's, it's where all the big stuff happens. This is her husband. No, they have not found Mamta right now. Hey, Hillary. Good to see you. Nice to have you here on my show. So there you go. Hey, let's get Mr. Linus out of here. Sorry, Linus. Didn't mean to play your video, buddy. All right, let's see if I can get let's go to here. There you go. That's what he looks like today. This is what he looks like today in his jail uniform. Not quite the uniform that he normally wears, which is military. He now wears bright orange in jail. Let's see if it has any new information here.
We kick things off. Rafa's Mamta's husband could be facing right now. They're saying they're going to give us a release later on. This just
walk out.
What charges?
Was anything at all? Yes, but he was taken into custody.
Chief, this is the second press event you've done.
You haven't. He said he was.
Larry, as you can see right now, we're not getting much information regarding the charges that Mamta's husband could be facing right now. They're saying they're going to give us a release later on. This just comes after yesterday, Police Chief Lugo said that Mamta's husband, Naresh Bhatt, was actually a person of interest. I want to play that audio from last night because since day one, people have been pointing at him as a potential person of interest, but it was until last night that we got that confirmation from Police Chief Lugo. Let's listen to what he said.
Do you have a person of interest, Chief?
He is a person of interest.
The husband?
Yes.
The husband's person of interest.
He's been a point of interest, and everybody knows that.
So you heard that was our Matthew Torres really asking the police chief directly if he was a person of interest, and he confirmed it. And like you mentioned today, we saw that video. We were able to capture the moment that Naresh Bhatt was taken out of his home in handcuffs. His baby was covered in a yellow blanket following by officials. They are not telling us what charges he could be facing. They're telling us that we're going to have this information, but it's been more than 3 weeks at this point since Mamta Kafel Bhatt has been missing missing according to police. And right now, we still don't know where she could be, and we don't know if she's alive or she's dead. And like I mentioned, since day one, since I started working on this story, people always pointed at Naresh Bhatt as a potential person of interest in this case. But it wasn't until I had an interaction with him outside of the Manassas Park Police Department that really cemented the community's concerns about him. Let's listen to that interaction.
Ask them, so like, I'm not authorized or I'm authorized.
I mean, I think it's up to you whether you want to get the word out.
First, I'm gonna, ask them.
You want to ask police? Yes. Okay.
Because, like, I'm not on the social media, a lot of stuff coming up. So
I'm sorry, I can't listen to that interview again because, I'm not authorized to play it for you. I'm sorry. I have to ask the police first. Hey, Natasha, how are you? Melody, my friend Melody. Hillary, it's good to have you here. You can be behind all you want. It's fine. When you catch up, let us know. Come hang out. Yeah, so that's your little update. You saw a little bit what happened on that live stream earlier today. All those important people just showed up all of a sudden with the chief of police, and then they let him away in handcuffs. This woman, all she wanted to do was like leave her husband, and it's not a crime. People get divorced all the time. Actually, did you know that divorce rates are actually at the highest now in the last 30 years? They are like skyrocketing. Same with marriage. Marriage is actually like really low now, compared to say 20 years ago. It was like 40% every year or something like that of a certain age group. Now it's like 5%. It's quite small, and she has every right to leave a relationship that she is unhappy in, and one where apparently she is financially abused by the husband. Like, you have to be a real piece of work to take money from a joint account and leave her with nothing so she can't buy groceries or stuff for the baby. Like, she works. She works as a nurse, right? She works at a hospital. She has every right to that money. Ain't your money, bro. Like, who said you could be the king of all the money? And I hate that the fact that she was reaching out to other women online asking what to do because she didn't know. She didn't know how to solve the situation. She was like, I need a lawyer, I need a social worker, I need help with the baby and stuff like that. She seemed like she was under a lot of, and that was months ago. What was it? What did it say? 5 months ago or something? In February. So this has been going on for like over 6 months, maybe longer. And she was like saying like, he takes money from the joint account when I don't do what he wants, and when we have a fight, he takes all the money away. Like, it's ridiculous. Doesn't make you an alpha, bro. It makes you an absolute biatch because it, makes you very small to have to control a woman like that. Your wife will do whatever you want her to do because she wants to do it. And if you feel the need to control her with money or whatever or other forms of abuse, then that's on you. That's on you from being a crap husband. That ain't on her. That's on you. Eva Alaska says, I ran with my kids in 2009 from New Mexico to Alaska. My husband of 20 years had some sort of something with weapons. He planned to hurt us and himself. My kids were 2, 4, and 6 when we moved to remote Alaska to disappear. Very, very sad story. I'm sorry to hear that. You can listen if you want, Natasha. Rachel says we got married young and we worked to keep it together. Yeah, he's not authorized. Didn't you hear him? He's just not authorized. He's not allowed to appeal for people to bring or find his wife because he's just not authorized. He's also not authorized to look for her, find her, or tell police where she is because someone didn't authorize him. Probably the US Army. The US Army told him that he's not authorized. Yeah, any woman who's able to escape, or any man who's able to escape. Actually, I saw an interesting statistic the other day that said the rise of female-led domestic violence in the last 5 years is actually increasing quite significantly, and female-led crimes of DV are actually becoming really common, and they're getting prosecuted at a high rate, which is very interesting.
Tonight, Mamta Bhatt's husband is officially in police custody.
Maybe
and
like
charged
previously
with
they weren't
concealing-
taken seriously, or men didn't come forward, but they're actually getting prosecuted at a really high rate now. His behavior is just ridiculous. Ridiculous. If you have ever watched his channel for a long period of time, you could probably name on your one hand how many times I have accused someone of a crime, like instantly, as soon as the story hits the media. I think I've only done it twice. This one and Aaron Patterson. They're the only 2 times I've been instantly, like, sure I know who hurt them, and it was Aaron Patterson and Naresh. They're the only times. Even when that woman went missing in Ballarat, I was telling everyone, "Don't blame the husband." I was like, "I don't think it's got anything to do with him," even though people are like, "Oh, it's definitely him. He got rid of his wife." I was like, "I don't think so." I was like, "There is so many better ways for him to have done that than to try do it in public." It didn't make any sense because w killers they'll often stay in a place that they feel comfortable. Where do they have the most control? That's normally the home. Why would he allow the wife to leave and go on a jog and then get her? He could have just done it in the house, no one would have ever known, and then he could have disposed of her, sort of what happened in this case. But it never made any sense to go after the husband for that woman that went missing in Ballarat. It just made no sense to me at all. Barry Morphew, that one too, but I wasn't live streaming back when Barry was arrested, or back when she first went missing. I wasn't doing live shows. Eva Alaska said, "Could his culture not allow divorce? Him leaving her was against." I'm not really well versed on the Nepalese or Nepalese. I want to say it right. They're from Nepal, but I don't know what their culture entails. Unfortunately, I'm not privy to that. But I don't know. We'd have to ask someone that is, from that country and participates in their cultural things and stuff like that. Nepalese. No, I'm not going to say it like an American. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know what you're talking about. Natasha says, no, once was painful enough. I don't know if we're that type of channel, Natasha. That's like for OnlyFans and stuff like that. I don't think we do that here. I don't think we talk about that. I'm just kidding. All right. Let's see what else we got on the hit list for tonight. All right, let's go to WJCL. WJCLTV.com. Who is WJCL? Let's go to this one. Report details what missing man's wife told deputies after he disappeared from Sea Pine's house. His name is Stanley Katowski. He was 60, last seen on August 16th, leaving his family's vacation home at a resort. Interesting. Men going missing? Doesn't happen that often.
Appearance of a tourist on Hilton Head Island has prompted an extensive search of the entire Low Country. WJCL 22 News' Lydia Blackstone has the latest on what the Beaufort County Sheriff's Office is doing to find him.
This is Stanley Katowski. On Friday, he left the house that he was staying at Sea Pines, and as the search is now over the 5-day mark, the Beaufort County Sheriff's Office tells me they've deployed helicopters to help with their search and that they've checked in with the security of each gated neighborhood on the island. Katowski is from Massachusetts, and he was here on vacation with his wife and another couple. I spoke to his wife, Jackie, on Monday. She told me that he struggled with mental health distress, but no kind of dementia. Jackie and her son just wanting answers so they can return home.
I don't know what to do. We just need help from anybody who can help us, please. Does anyone know anything?
Support for the family has been flooding in on social media, where people have even offered up their homes for the family to stay in. Wednesday, Jackie posted an update on the community page, praising the sheriff's office and saying she's not leaving until her husband is found. And this is a very active investigation, so we'll bring you every detail as it comes to us. And of course, if you see Stanley, reach out to the Beaufort County Sheriff's Office. In the studio, Lydia Blackstone, WJCL.
That is very odd. That is very odd. The fact that he went out with no shoes on, without his phone, and no driver's license. He just walked out the door. He had really bad insomnia for about a month. He doesn't have dementia. His anxiety just keeps getting worse and worse and worse, and he started to get a little paranoid. She says, "We love and miss him. We just want him to come home. The family is desperate for any sign of him on Hilton Head Island." I wonder where. Do you think maybe he fell into the water? Because, like, where else could he be? It's a little odd, right? There's a photo of Mr. Stanley. Let me make that bigger for you. There's a photo of Mr. Stanley. Hilton Head Island. All right, so they were at the Sea Pines, right? Which is like right here. Where could he go from here? Let's have a look. Let's zoom out a little bit. There's no real water around here. Like, there's water over here, down near the beach. There's some waterways further down here. And sort of like over here. This is a channel. I don't know. How would you get out of here on foot with no shoes on? I mean, he could just walk, but there's a bit more water. That looks like another type of lake. There's a university. Sea Pines. That's where they were, right? Sea Pines Resort. Let me try and grab some more information about this. Police believe Sea Pines is set up. What? She told police that Stanley believes that Sea Pines is a setup and has a conspiracy that people here are out to get him. She stated that Stanley has made several statements of people at this place are watching him. Before leaving, he told his wife, "Promise me you will go on without me." According to the sheriff's office, he was seen on Ring camera footage wearing a grey Coors Light shirt, dark-colored shorts, and he's about 6 foot tall, weighs 200 pounds, has brown hair and brown eyes. All right, I'm going to show you that. See if we can find the CCTV. Wonder if I can get like that video. I don't see that video. Hold on. Stanley Kowalski. All right. Let's go to a different website.
We love him and we miss him and we just want him to come home.
And you're not in trouble, Dad. Like, we love you.
Stanley Kotowski from Methuen was on vacation on Hilton Head Island in South Carolina when he vanished Friday morning. The 60-year-old was last seen leaving the family's vacation home at Sea Pines Resort, barefoot and without a phone or wallet.
Friday morning, 9:45, he just walked out the door. He had like really bad insomnia for about a month. This is like a brand new thing. He doesn't have dementia. His anxiety just kept getting worse and worse and worse, and he started to get a little paranoid. His wife and sons still desperately searching for any trace of him.
He's a strong person. He's athletic. He could, even in a delirious state, shoeless, he could get a few towns over, especially in 72 hours.
The local sheriff's office has deployed canines, drones, and helicopters, but so far has come up empty. Kotowski's wife tells us police are now also searching vacant homes in the area in case he may be hiding. She says he is unfamiliar with the island, but has a thick Boston accent and is hoping that helps him stand out.
We want to go home, and I want to take him home. I can't leave.
We can't leave without him.
Anyone with information should contact the Beaufort County Sheriff's Office. That's who's taking the lead down in South Carolina. And if you happen to know someone on Hilton Head who might have a Ring doorbell or anything like that, reach out to them and ask them to keep an eye out. Live in the newsroom, Brianna Borghi, WCVB at News Center 5.
The wife seems devastated. I mean, rightfully so, but I don't know where he could go, right? That place is so pretty, it's pretty extensive and there's quite a lot of stuff around there. But you would think in this kind of period of time they would have seen him, someone would have come across him, someone would have passed him on the street. He can't be hiding in a bush for 5 days or whatever. What day was he last seen? Hold on. What day? At his home. Why don't people give dates? Last Friday. So that's ages away. Today's Thursday evening, or now it's early Friday morning. He's been gone almost a week. You would think someone would have found him in that time, right? A lot of natural wildlife areas. I mean, if he's out in the swamp, he may not be alive now. It's pretty dangerous going out into those waterways, especially in Carolina or around that area. It's not a good place to be like going for a bushwhack. It's not a good place. Not good. Oh, this is interesting. Actually, we have an update on a case that we followed. There was a woman, Isaiah Stone, or I'm probably saying that wrong. I can't remember how to pronounce her name, but do you guys remember we talked about her a couple of months ago? Missing woman's body found in Middleton trash can leads to arrest. Remember she was found in a trash can? Well, now they have an arrest.
This is new as well. Police are now telling us that a body found in a trash can in Middletown is being investigated as a homicide. Jessica Schmidt has more.
Yeah, Tricia, so we got some new details yesterday. Middletown police giving us more information today, telling us they believe the person who was found dead in that trash can July 1st was killed in a homicide. That's because police say a bullet hole was actually found in a portion of that person's body. Police say more information about that bullet hole will come out later. Right now, they're really just waiting for the Butler County Coroner's Office to complete an autopsy to officially tell them the person's cause of death. We also know, first told you this yesterday, the coroner sent DNA samples to Ohio BCI to try to find out the person's identity. Police say this investigation all started July 1st when a woman called to report a possibly dead person along Centennial Street near the Elm Street intersection. When officers got out there, they say they found that body in a trash can in an alley. Again, police waiting to confirm that person's identity and cause of death. But as of now, based on what they know, they're working this case as a homicide. At the alert desk, Jessica.
This was the man that was arrested over her death. His name is Mike Gosma, and he killed her. Isaiah, I'm probably saying that wrong. Miss Stone. This guy's name is Perry Hart. Wait, why does that other one have a? Oh, that's the county prosecutor. I was like, wow, that's a weird name. No, this guy's name is Perry Hart, 59, has admitted to police to shooting the 35-year-old. Sloan is her last name. Brutal. I remember that when they found her in that trash can, wasn't it like her sister who was looking for her? And they ended up disturbing a trash can and they found a body in there. And they knew it was their sister. They knew it was the relative they were looking for. But they finally found someone in relation to it. And it's this guy, this fella here, shot her in the head and then disposed of her remains inside of a trash bin. Brutal. I mean, let me see what else I can find. If I can find when they found her. Yeah, remember I played you a 911 call? Yes. Yeah.
Calls that shed light on the discovery of a body in a trash can in Middletown. And now some from around the region are calling for answers. WCPO 9 News reporter Sean Delancey up there today speaking with neighbors and brings us the latest from officials.
Down this alley, two women found something grisly.
I need Detective Agee immediately. I think I know where my sister's body's at.
The 911 callers believe they've cracked open a missing persons case near Centennial and Yankee. Middletown police had sounded the alarm about Asia Sloan, missing since June 6th.
The last known address that Asia was at, and I seen a funky garbage can hiding in the bushes, which I found kind of odd.
The caller opened the can.
And there is a skull inside the garbage can. I cannot tell if it's a real skull.
Middletown police confirmed the remains were human, but have not identified them as Asia Sloan.
I knocked on doors here in this neighborhood and talked with several people, including those who say they knew Sloan well. They say that she lived in a home right there near the corner. They didn't want to go on camera, but say Sloan was always nice and smiling. They say she had her problems, like many do in this area, but she never deserved this. If in fact it was her body found in a can just a few feet from their home.
The case has sparked
So there you go. There's that original video that came. Yeah, I heard that now that it's pronounced Asia. Some advice to people out there: name your kids with names that people can pronounce just by reading them, because you start throwing in letters that shouldn't be there, you get people like Ping very confused. Hey Glitter, I hope you're feeling better today. Let us know if you're feeling any better. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that she's having a bad time, Angela. But that is good news. I'm glad they found the person responsible for her death. I can't imagine what that was like for her sister. And then to find her body in a trash can and find her skull. How do you ever process that? How do you process that, or how do you ever heal or get over that of finding your sister dead in a trash can? I don't know if you can. I don't know if you can ever get over that. That must be absolutely the most devastating thing that could happen to someone. That is awful. And this selfish piece of crap decided to shoot her in the head. Well, buddy, enjoy your time in jail for her murder. Have fun with that. You're going to the place where you should have been probably a while ago. They apparently, her badly decomposed body was found with 2 bullet holes in her skull. They said that Hart reportedly told police that someone else shot her and that he dragged the wounded woman down some steps before he pointed the gun at her head, closed his eyes, and fired one shot, striking her. Sure, buddy. Sure. We believe you. Hart appeared at court on Wednesday and was ordered to be held on a $1 million bond. Police are still investigating if there is a second suspect. Why would you go, okay, well, someone else shot her. Let me shoot her too. Like, it's not a game of tag. You don't have to then do the same thing. So he didn't like that she was moaning from her injury to her head. So he decided to put her out of her misery and shoot her again. Sure, that makes perfect sense in a world of crazy people. That's what it makes sense in bizarro world, not in our reality, in crazy world. I'm just trying to see if there's any more of that court documents for it. Let's see. I don't see anything else right now. I'll keep an eye on it, and hopefully I can find more about it as he goes through court. Hey, I think we're just about winding down for the night, everyone. Sean says he's got pretty hair for prison. He will definitely be someone's date in prison. They might even interfere with his date. Okay, that went too far. Ping, no dirty jokes. Come on, man. It's not that type of channel. It's not that type of channel, Ping. Yeah, a beach. That's right. He might be someone's beach in prison. Hopefully we'll have the swear button up and running soon. I got to have a go of it last night. It's really impressive. It'll help out. It can do all sorts of things. It can do the volume and the audio and the microphone. It can control different things and different videos and stuff as well. So got to learn how to do it. Brenda says, hello all. Hello, Brenda. All right. I think, yeah, we're heading out. Love is a four-letter word. Good to see you, my friend. Good night to you. Yes, we're going to head out. I have done over 3 hours of live shows today. I am just about had it. And I will see you tomorrow for more. If there's something in the morning for court for Naresh, I will come back on. If it's like 9 a.m. in the morning. I'll start a live stream at like midnight Australian time. So just keep an eye out for that. Aw, I'm sorry you're struggling, my friend. Hey, just remember, you got a chat full of people here who all are excited to see you every night. So come back tomorrow night, all right? You have to tell us how you are tomorrow. So, just know that we're expecting you to come back and let us know. All right? So we're counting on you. All right. Good night, everyone. Hey, thanks for all the new subscribers, all the new people who came to hang out today because of Mamta. I appreciate it. Appreciate the new subscriptions to the channel. Or is that what they call it? Yeah, subscribers to the channel. That's very nice. And we'll be back when there's more news tomorrow. Probably maybe 9 a.m. when he gets to court. Okay. So look for a live show around then. Until then, peace out. Have a great Friday. If I don't see you before you get home from work or whatever you do during the day, have a great Friday. Have a great Friday. And thank you for supporting my channel here at Nights with Ping. Like I said, 58% of people who watch these videos are not subscribed. Help us become a bigger channel by subscribing to to my channel. I would really appreciate it. Bye. See you later. Good night. Bye. You have to go. You can't stay here. We're closing. Bar's closed. Bye.